Hello, hello. Welcome to Meditation Nerd. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. So, for the naked pause today, I wanted to really sink into the sounds around us. And it can be any sound that you're hearing, and just notice the somatic experience, the story that we're telling about it, and see if we can reach a point where the sound just is. This is coming from reading the book Why Buddhism is True by Robert Wright. He's making some really interesting points. I'll be speaking to a couple of the different points that he makes that I find interesting and that I kind of want to push back on. That'll be later in the week, so just an idea of where this is coming from. So we're going to go ahead and sit for just a moment. I can't decide if I want to do a traditional tune in or okay. We're just going to go ahead and start. Feel free to do a traditional tune in if you would prefer. I'm going to go ahead and just sit with the sound, and this can be anything around you. Please honor your window of tolerance, your boundaries. And like I say, the point here is to notice the somatic experience, the stories that follow, the thoughts that come up, and then see if you can sink beneath that to just be with the sound. Any particular way. So in my case, I hear a lot of birds, pigeons in particular. Before I labeled it pigeon or bird, I was trying to just be with the sound itself. And this can be something like if your nasal passage is making sounds, maybe you're whistling on your inhale or your exhale. Just notice the quality of the sounds. Can you feel the vibration in your body? What's the story you're telling yourself? And of course, it can be larger than that. It can be construction outside, it can be loud noises. Again, just notice the somatic experience and then the thoughts that come up from that. And I have my eyes closed. Feel free to have your eyes open or your gaze softened if you prefer. You're only here for another couple minutes. Notice if you can really connect to the quality of the sound. So my stomach just gurgled. So I can notice the vibration. Obviously, that's not a long enough sound for me to really get to connect to the quality of it. The point being that that's the ultimate goal here is to really connect with the sound itself beyond everything that we've attached to it. Last couple of breaths here. Okay, perfect. Inhale, exhale. I will say satin on just to close out the meditative space. So I hope you found this helpful. I haven't done this style of meditation in quite a while. And reading Robert Wright's book kind of reminded me how fun it is, how it can be very interesting, very challenging, very soothing to actually connect with the sounds around us before we label, noticing what happens in the body after we label, kind of seeing how the thoughts spiral out from the label. It does remind me a lot of what Robert Wright is talking about in his book is reminding me of the work by Byron Katie, where she kind of elaborates on these different topics. And the way that she breaks it down is once we've given something a label, for example, tree is the one that she used. Trying to think of a different one. Table, I guess, since that's what I'm looking at. There's a distance that we've created once we've attached the label to it. And when we can simply be with something before, while this isn't obviously connected directly to sound, it's the same premise of that label creates that space. It creates a distance between just experiencing the sound, the object, the experience, right? And coming back to sound is, for me, very soothing. Yeah, there's some anxiety that comes up with me for this, which to me indicates that it's something I do need to be doing more of. Um, so I wanted to share this. I wanted to take a moment to just sit nakedly with the sounds themselves and just connect to the world around me without labeling it anything, without getting lost in thoughts, even though thoughts will come. It was just a nice way to spend time with how the world sounds around me at this particular moment. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope that you were able to sink into some of the sounds around you, or at least notice the somatic experience you have with the sounds. My avatars. um, Hopefully you were able to get a little bit of breathing space between the labeling of the sound and just experiencing the sound as it is. So again, thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing the sounds with me. Thank you for showing up for another Naked Pause. I hope you found this beneficial as always, and see you next time.